Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So sorry about that. That seemed to have taken much longer than I was hoping. Yeah, YouTube, since for the last sort of 10 minutes, I've been having this spinny circle thing on YouTube. But hopefully I'm live now and that should be doing its thing. So let's see how everyone is and catch up with everyone. How is everyone? Are we all keeping? How's your weekend going so far? It's been a cold, blustery, pretty miserable day today. It's been really windy, really cold rain coming down, almost like sleet. So I've been stuck inside all day. Not had a chance to get outside. We're just working inside today, but there's lots to do. There's lots to do. There'll be a video out tomorrow showing everything that I've been up to over since yesterday evening and most of today. So all we've been doing is we've been potting up chilies, planting. There's so many chilies that we planted. So we've been potting those up, and tomorrow's video will be about all about chilies, how we potted them up, how we grew them on, when's the best time to pot them up, how to pot them up. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be released tomorrow morning-ish. So keep an eye out for that. So let's see who's in. Sean, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Ginger, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Kasim, walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, Sean, we're potting up chilies. So we sowed them at back end of December, early January. So first set was sown at the end of December, second set, third. So and after every couple of weeks, we sowed another set. So some of them are really hot nagas and stuff. They're about 2 inches, 1.5, 2 inches tall. So they're ready to be potted up and they're ready to go into their pots and get on growing. If you didn't see the grow video I did of making the grow video, the grow room, you can see the grow room that I made. It's just a cupboard that we use for keeping shoes and stuff in. So every year I take that over for a few months of the year, stick a grow light in it, and that's what I use to grow my plants in. Let's see who else has come in. Tony, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Steve, hope you're doing well, mate. I've seen your video on your new plot. Congratulations. It's going to be a lot of work to get it going and into the same shape that you got your last place into, but hopefully this will serve you well. How are you doing, mate? I was watching your benches video today as well, so I had a look at them. They're absolutely lovely color as well. Really, really nice job you've done on it. Justine, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, the weather's been absolutely. There's a little silent hello from the boy. But yeah, the weather's just been horrible today. It's just been really windy. So since the storm Malik started and we had Storm Corey, the winds just haven't let up for us. It's just been non-stop, windy all the way through. And today it's been like quite really freezing rain. I was out this morning, probably about 7 o'clock ish. Went out because the rooster was, he was just crowing non-stop, just really loud. So I went out because he'll crow, but then he'll shut up for a bit and he'll crow again. But this morning he was just like non-stop, he wouldn't. He was stopping to take a breath and then again and again and again. And I went out to have a look at what's going on, and he's got himself stuck on top of the roof. So I managed to get half the roof back on and then get it netted, but he's managed to somehow squeeze through the net and get stuck on top of the roof, and now he can't get back in and he can't walk anywhere, and he's just panicking and he's just crowing non-stop. So I went out at about 7 o'clock this morning, shoved him back in, and while I'm trying to get him his food and everything, get the rest of the girls their food, he decides to jump on me and start attacking me. He's a proper vicious little brat, that one. He's quite mean. Yeah. So he started attacking me, jumping all over me. Yeah, he's a proper nasty little chicken. So do you mean pricking out? I thought you meant they were like 6 inches tall. No, they're not 6 inches tall, but they're about 2 inches tall. So rather than we don't prick them out in the traditional way. So normally you prick them out when they're about half an inch tall, that sort of height. But we with quite a few of our nagas, so we pot them up into sort of 2 inch pots, sort of 2 inch tall, 2 inch wide, that sort of size pot, and then we'll grow them on in there, and then we'll give them one final pot up. So we'll pot them up again in a couple of months' time when they're about 6 inches tall, ready to move on to a 6 inch pot and then into their final location. So they'll have 2 more moves before they're, yeah. So I'm hoping, yeah, hopefully, Steve, it'll do well for you. The weather here is the same here. Obviously, it doesn't really bother me though. It's been miserable. It's really been miserable. I look forward to the weekend because I'm stuck indoors all week. Normally, when it comes to the weekend, that's just when I want to be outside. And today was just a real spoiler because if it wasn't that freezing rain, I would have still gone outside and played with my compost, and I would have done something. But I couldn't face it today. But tomorrow, definitely tomorrow. So Ian Matthews, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in, guys. If you as you're coming in, we've got 20 people, 7 likes. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button as you're coming in, that'd be good. I've done nothing but nothing but rain. You can start growing rice. It's that way. I am going to grow some rice this year, actually, Ian. I meant to do it last year. I've got some nice rice seeds that I'm going to be starting off soon, and we're going to have a little area that we're going to grow rice in. And I'm going to do it without using the paddy method. I'm going to grow it on sort of wet ground, but not paddy sort of place. So I've got to sort out the house before I can start on the garden. Yeah. I know that the house is the priority, but I bet you end up in the garden doing something. I've put vegetable scraps in the ground. How long will it take to decompose? If you buried them, don't worry about them decomposing. Just leave them. So the way I like to do it is if you bury kitchen scraps, if you bury them with at least 6 inches of soil on top, or 6 inches of whatever material that your plants can grow in. Leave them. They'll take a few months to decompose underneath, but as your plants are establishing themselves, by the time they get through that first 6 inches of soil, they'll get down to luscious material once it's all decomposed. So don't worry about it. If you buried it now, by sort of March, April, that's ready to plant. It'll be fine. I bought some bottle gourds off. I hope they work out for you. Did you get them in a packet, or did she take them out of the packet before she sent them out to you? So there's a colour I had left in the shed from painting my fence last year. Yeah, is it red cedar or something like that? Because we like that. We've got a few of we've got our fences painted that colour on one side. But I prefer brown, I prefer sort of more browny colours. My sheds or my greenhouse is painted that red colour. Might grow some dragon fruit. Yeah, I saw your post about dragon fruit. That'd be interesting. I've never grown it, so I wouldn't be able to advise, but it'd be interesting if you managed to get it growing. I would have gone outside and played. See, do you know, that's one of the things that I like to do. Do you know, I've always got, do you know, when I'm out of jobs to do, if I haven't got something specific that I want to be getting on with, or something that I haven't got to do, then I'll go and mess about with my compost piles. You know, it's always something for me to do. And whenever I need a workout, just go and riddle some compost, turn the compost pile, mess about with that, and you've got nice and sweaty. You've got nice. You know, you're panting. You've got a good workout from it. So whenever I need, whenever I just need to clear my head, that's my go-to area. You know, because once I'm messing about with compost, no one else bothers me either, because I'm always covered in muck. So everyone just leaves me alone. So Kiara, I don't know what that says. We're meant to be getting snow soon. I hope it doesn't come. Tony, I hope we're not getting snow. I didn't, you're not far from me either, so but I hope we're not getting snow. To be honest, it felt like sleet today for at some point. Yeah, so I just hope it doesn't come. She sent them. Apparently, they'll come Monday. Oh, okay. So we'll see when they. Good luck when they get there. Joseph, how are you doing? I haven't seen your videos in time. Joseph, you need to check them out. We're regularly posting. There's videos coming up every week. So there's been videos popping up every week. So there's something there every week. We're consistent on that. So you need to come along and check out what we're up to. I want to grow cucumbers. How big do they grow, and what shall I use to support them? For cucumbers, a trellis is nice. I mean, you can get some dwarfing varieties that'll grow to about 6 foot, but cucumbers, if you let them grow up and over something, we grow them along our bottle gourds and stuff like that. Some of the plants can get real massive. Some of them can, if you get the dwarfing varieties, like I said, they'll stay a little bit shorter. So make it some kind of wooden trellis, make a bamboo frame that they can climb up. Yeah, I think we've got a couple of trolls, so if you guys wouldn't mind getting rid of those trolls, that Taha Virosai or whatever his name is, just kick him out. There was one earlier as well, just chuck him out. Tony, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. So Joseph, if you're thinking of planting watermelons, you've got a few months before you get to watermelon planting time. So just get your soil in the meantime, get your ground prepared, and get your planting area prepared. So where you want to grow them, make sure that's that's fully ready to support your plants. But you got a while before you can sow them, so don't worry about it. You got lots of time to come. I'll play a tig with my compost. So it's hammered down all day in Wales as well. So yeah, it's just been really miserable. Hopefully tomorrow it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be drizzly, but I just think the winds will be die down a little bit because it's just been miserable today. I need to get that chicken roof secure. So to get that secure, I need to get a load of plastic off the old chicken coop and see what pieces I can get off in one piece. And if I can get a decent amount off in one piece, I can give a much more of a covered area on the new one. But I lost half of the roof thanks to Storm Malik. I mean, some of the pieces just weren't recoverable. But we've got some of it back on. A couple of the pieces were fine. A couple of the pieces were wrecked. So if I can get the old roof and move that over, then that'll give me some more cover on that run. I just need the time. I just really need the time. I mean, I wanted to do it today, but I just think it was just too miserable to do it. You can't be shifting around those kind of pallets, panels, and working on ladders in this rain and this wind. I had a dragon fruit for many years as a houseplant. It was impossible to kill. Then I left it outside by mistake. It got frosted. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Did you ever get any fruit off it? Salim, not Salim. Safraz, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So, how shall I make the trellis? Depends on what material you've got. I collected loads of slate lat, so loads of roofing lats from a project that was happening a few days. So I collected all their roof and I just make a trellis out of that. Otherwise, you could always get bamboo canes and tie them together, or you can buy that slate lat. It's really cheap from builders merchants. It's about £1.50 per meter. I don't know what's happened with the price increases, but you can get that in the sort of 4.2, 4.88 meter lengths. get them to cut it in half, and then you've just got your 2 side posts automatically, and then just use those and nail them together. So I've sown some passion fruit seeds. God knows where I'm going to put all these tropical fruits. Passion fruit will grow here. If you can get a nice wall or a south-facing wall or something to grow it up, passion fruit will grow here. I've got a couple of passion fruits that are in the garden, and they just climb up my grey arch. They put on some really nice flowers. There's one of my neighbours across the road. She's got a passion fruit. She's got one of those Leylandii sort of evergreen hedges, but they've clipped it too far back. So so they've clipped it too far back, and it's all grey. So what they've done is they've just grown a few passion fruits into their hedge, and in winter obviously it's grey, but come spring and come summer there's loads of green foliage, and at the end of summer there's some really nice fruits on there as well. So if the neighbours can do it, and I'm wearing Leeds, I'm sure you'll be able to have a chance with it. Arshad Saeed, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Can you explain the best time? When's the best temperature we can grow coriander? I've done a specific video on growing coriander. Go and check that out. It's got everything that you want to know about it in there. Let's see if I can find it for you. If you sow it indoors, you can actually sow it. You can actually sow it now. We sprouted some. I've sown some in my greenhouse, and I'm expecting the coriander to be ready to harvest in a few months. But it'll grow. If you've got somewhere sheltered, it'll grow. They're really cold tolerant plants, actually. So let me see if I can get this up. If I can get this link for you, then you can have a watch of that. There's how to grow coriander. Everything you need to know. So I was looking. John, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming. I was looking at the damage, and I was gutted. Hope it all works out. Finally planted my tomatoes today. A bit late, but I've got them under lights, not my shoe cupboard. John, it's not for tomatoes. It's not late. I mean, we're going to sow our main sowings of tomatoes in the next. We haven't even got around to it yet. I'm waiting for some space to come out of that shoe cupboard. So once I get my grow table set upstairs, so most of my delicate plants like my cheese, they'll stay in that grow cupboard. And then they'll go upstairs into just in front of a window, and it's a south-facing window. They'll sit there till sort of end of April, May time before I start moving those guys outside into the greenhouse. But once I get a bit more space in the shoe cupboard, then I'll get my tomatoes sown. So we'll see what happens. So no, my dragon plant never got very big. It might be possible to get one fruit in a good south-facing heated conservatory, but I don't think you'd otherwise. Okay. I'm still in bed recovering from my torn calf. Slow improvements every day, feeling positive. Had a lot of things to do in the garden, but we'll just have to try and catch up when I'm up to it. That's the only thing you can do. Do you know, your health comes first, and once you're fully fit, don't push yourself too fast, because you could end up hurting yourself even more. And the thing is, as we're getting a little bit older, none of us like to admit it, but we start getting a little bit more delicate. So just give it a bit of time. And there's plenty of time in the season. I mean, there's so much time in the season. You'll get there. Just take care of yourself first. Mark from Self-Sufficient Me grows dragon fruit, but I think Australia is a bit. Yeah, I think Australia's going to beat us for warmer weather, definitely. I'll tell you what, I've got a south-facing brick wall, so maybe I'll put them up there. Yeah, your passion fruits will definitely do well in that spot. I want to grow winter cabbages. I think I'm going to plan everything and spacing for this year, so I end up with too much. Do you know, with cabbages, right? the way I grow my cabbages and I grow my brassicas, generally those kind of things, I plant them quite close together, and I plant them amongst other smelly plants. But I'm not going for huge, massive, showstoppers. If I can get a cabbage that's that sort of size, that's perfect for one dish. So just pick it, use it, and then you're good. Rather than trying to grow a massive one and then chop it in half, use half of it, store half of it. So I grow them quite close together, and that way you're not taking loads of space for it either. Have you done any aubergines yet? Yeah, my aubergines were sown at the start, sort of middle of January. So in the next, I'm going to give them another couple of weeks under lights, and then I'll start potting them up. I'll start pricking them out and potting them up into their individual pots. As does Kevin from Epic Gardening, but again, they've got a much warmer climate than us. So Brian, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. How are you feeling at the moment? Are you still up and about? I just want an average size cabbage. My passion fruit seeds didn't fit through my letterbox, so I need to collect them from the sorting office on Monday. It turns out that 30 packets of seed won't fit in a letterbox sized envelope. 30 packets of seed. I'm surprised that, because they can fit them in one of those cardboard envelopes, because I've had more than that delivered. Yeah, so I'm surprised that they couldn't get that through the letterbox. Joan, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. We've got 32 people, 22 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like as you're coming in. It'd be really nice to get that like count up. There's non-edible, less edible passion fruit that grows hardy in the UK. You can still get parts of the fruit, eat parts of the fruit, but it's not as nice fresh. Yeah, but so Ben, but the edible varieties also, there are some edible varieties that actually grow, and they're quite well in the UK as well. Like I say, the neighbour across the road, she grows them, and she's got them intertwined in a hedge, and they're absolutely lovely. They're really nice. If beans and peas are in the packet, yeah, if you got, that's a fair point. Maybe the postman just took. Yeah, the postman might have just had them. Yeah, fair point. I've had to resow my cabbage. Slugs had all my early cabbages. Have you tried nematodes for your slugs? I mean, nematodes are really good for keeping, if you've got a really bad population that you need to get under control, nematodes are fantastic. But building habitat is the most important thing. If you can encourage, hedgehogs are quite hard to encourage. I mean, I've been trying to do everything I can since I've been here to try and get a hedgehog, and I've never seen a hedgehog in the garden. I haven't seen a hedgehog for a long time wild, but frogs and toads are really easy to get into the garden, and also blackbirds. Blackbirds do an absolutely fantastic job, especially on snails. They do a brilliant job. We get loads of blackbirds come down, and they're dealing with the snails all the time. But we get loads of little toads in the garden, so leave sort of long grassy areas in certain spots with a nice hidey hole. Somewhere a little bit damp. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to have loads of bodies of water, but little damp corners with little hidey holes. You get little toads that occupy them, and they'll come out and do a lot of work for you. But also, if you make mini ponds, so now's a really good time to do it, because frog breeding season's coming. So if you make little fresh water, just use a washing up bowl or something, and make little mini ponds and leave them dotted about everywhere, and you'll get frogs coming in and inhabit in that, and then you get frogs in the garden, and they'll do a brilliant job on controlling things like that. So I've never been interested in growing beans and peas. I love growing beans and peas. We've got loads of runner beans still in the freezer from last year. Peas are brilliant. one of the best things about growing peas last year, or the might have been the year before, was we've grown loads of peas. They're growing in the garden, and I went out one day and I found my daughter and my little boy, so the baby and my daughter, they were just picking peas off they were picking peas fresh off. They were peeling them. My daughter was peeling them for my son, and he was just shoveling them into his mouth. And I asked them what they're doing. I said, "What are you guys doing?" And they just turned around and said, "We're having breakfast." And that's the best thing I've ever seen about. That's the best thing that I've had. The best experience I've had from growing beans and peas. Absolutely beautiful. So that's one. So let's see. Yeah. No, what I mean, Tony, is I haven't seen a hedgehog anywhere for a very long time. I remember as kids that we'd see a hedgehog at least. If we didn't see a live one, then we'd see hedgehogs, splattered on the roads or something like that. But I haven't seen anything like that for a very, very long time. So yeah. They're really hard to maximize productivity of space, as they're good for growing vertically. Plus, flowers are absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I love shelling dried peas and beans, and the dried seeds are just so satisfying to handle. Yeah, and they're great for getting the kids involved. If you want to get kids involved in planting stuff, because peas and big seeds are easy for them to deal with. They can just pick them and they can just pop them on. We did a video on Patreon on little Zachy, just probably when he was about 2.5, 3 years old, picking peas and planting them all by himself. And once those plants got a little bit bigger, then I planted those out into the garden, and he was loving just his peas. They were the ones he grew from seed, and they were the ones he was eating. He was absolutely loving it. And David, thanks very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Do you have any tips on attracting bees into the garden during summer? Flowers. Lots and lots of flowers. I mean, things like borage. Borage is absolutely beautiful for bringing, bees into the garden. Anything amongst all your plants, make sure you've got some sort of flowers everywhere. And nowadays there's some rose varieties and some certain varieties of flowers that the center, so where all the pollen is and all of that, has been bred so much that they've bred it into extra petals. Now, I think that's really harmful for pollinators, things like bees, because they see the flower, they come in, and then there's nothing for them to get. So get rid of things like that, but make sure that there's loads of flowers in your garden, and a wide variety of flowers as well. We get poppies growing up everywhere, so but bees love it. Flowering vegetables, so like we're just talking about beans and runner beans. Bees love it again. So anything with a lot of flowers, anything with a lot of some sweet nectar for them to get, they'll be there. But don't just aim for them to flower in summer. Make sure that they're flowering all the way through spring, right the way to autumn. Make sure that they're giving them some food all the way through. So we had a hedgehog in our garden all summer, daffing him trying to climb the glass on the patio. Oh, no way.
Have we ever had a hedgehog in our garden?
I've never seen a hedgehog. I haven't seen a hedgehog for a very long time.
Remember we went to the garden centre and there was that hedgehog thing?
I can't remember.
There were lots of these tunnels in the walls.
Oh, okay. I've not seen a hedgehog in London for a while. Foxes are seasonal. I'm sure they migrate. Plenty of frogs, despite no pond. See, Ben, we've got loads of foxes in our area. There's foxes all over the place. There's one fox. Every season she comes back with two. At the start of spring she'll have two little pups, and they'll use the middle garden bed. So my middle garden bed to sunbathe in. and they'll just sort of roll about there all day. You'll see her with her two little pups that every year she'll come back with two new cubs, and they just use our middle of our garden because that's the place where it gets the most sun. They'll just use that as a sunbathing area.
Are you late on the comments?
No, I'm on time with the comments. I'm keeping up with the chat.
But you're all up here.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm not that far. I'm on. See, everyone's a critic, aren't they? Eh? Boom! Here comes the trouble. So come on. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. I think that can be quite expensive. I've got. We might do. Let's see what the weather's like. So you want to go to the donkey sanctuary? Okay. So Ivan, you can make your own nematodes for free. They're really easy to make.
We got 6, I think.
So how many chickens? So there's your answer, Tony. We've got 6 chickens and a really nasty rooster at the moment. He's absolutely.
I think this morning he jumped on the roof.
Yeah, that rooster is absolutely horrible. I mean, he's.
He was one of my favourites, and I was bending down to pick a leaf up, and he tried to eat my hair.
So yeah, he's absolutely horrible. This rooster. He's not just going for, like the old ones when they've been a bit mean. They've always gone after the kids or something. But this guy's going after everyone. He's attacked me. He's jumped all over me. He's started.
Zaki's hand.
He pecked Zaki's hand, didn't he? The rooster. Ow. Where are we going? Essex No Dig. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. What did he just? He's making noises and then blaming me. You cheeky
I like to go pee.
Let's see what's going on. So you're more entertaining videos. Here's your entertainment. So everyone, Tony, they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. Which one of your kids says your videos need to be more? Not either of these two. The eldest one.
Why are you laughing at me?
What's he saying? What do your children like to grow the most?
Peas.
You like peas the most. What do you like to grow, Zaki?
Sweet corn.
Sweet corn. There we go.
We like sweet corn. And then purple and orange sweet corn.
Twisted spurs. That'll calm him down. Oh, the rooster. That's a fair. Yeah. Yeah, I need to do something about him because he's proper. I picked him up. I walked about with him. So I've made myself big, intimidated him. He calmed down for a little bit, so he stopped attacking me. But now he's doing it again. So I need to go and show him who's boss again. Ilyas Muhammad wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah from Dubai. I hope you're keeping well.
Why Dubai?
Kids look active. Alhamdulillah, they're yeah. So Essex No Digger saying hello to you guys. So John, make sure you have a gap in your fence or hedgehogs. Travel. Yeah, John.
When we went to the garden centre outside, there was like this little there was like these walls with holes inside leading to this garden thing.
Can you push that door shut?
Okay.
So we went up to Harlow. That rooster is because it's our rooster. When we went up to Harlow Car last year, they had loads of ideas for making the garden hedgehog more friendly.
He says we kind of. And I had this pond with
Essex is saying hello. So
someone said sweet corn bad choice.
Yeah, they're saying you can see. So they're saying you made a good choice with your.
I like raspberries as well.
You like raspberries as well.
And red currants.
Okay, so most of our garden is privet, apart from one small area where the chicken run is. That's fenced and it's got the gravel boards in, but most of the rest of the garden is privet, so there's plenty of gaps for them to crawl under. Is the rooster a teenager just maturing or quite? My quail calmed down after a while. Ben, yeah, he's just.
Dad, who said good choice kids?
Ginger. So yeah, he is just. Yeah, you're right. He is a teenager, but he's pretty rowdy. Yeah, we should have kept one of the white ones. They were a couple of weeks older, but they were a lot more mellow. They were a lot more relaxed.
They were the ones that started.
Until you reduce the spare size, he won't stop. He won't stop. But take them off.
Who said he can read this?
Let me.
Sort of gooseberries.
Let me deal with. Yeah, Sean. He can read what you're writing.
I have to use glue.
Alicia's here. Assalamu alaikum. Thanks very much for coming in. Yeah, sit back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why did it say he can read? Haha.
He's laughing at because you can read it. Stop showing off now because you're taking over again.
He learned how to read when he was 3.
I've used beak bits binders on the worst ones. It's basically a glorified nose ring. It's like it's a little awkward to fit. Leave it on a couple of weeks and then cut it off. See, I need to get him. I need to get him a rooster collar and see how that goes because he's.
Dad, checking the chicken collar.
I'm gonna get the rooster a rooster collar because this guy's he's crowing at 12 o'clock at night. Do you know, there's no reason for him to be crowing in the middle of the night. He's doing it in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no. He woke me up in the middle of the night.
So when and how do you grow your bitter gourds? So we won't sow our bitter gourds until sort of mid-March.
You think the black one would have been better?
So there's plenty of time for that. Raspberries come with thorns, though. I always get scratched. So do raspberries come with thorns?
Yeah.
But you have to be careful with raspberries.
I don't get scratched that much.
Sounds like a very traditional territorial. No. Ivan. He was born in an incubator, and he moved into that new hutch. So that's the first. When we made the new hutch, that's when he moved out. No, he's the youngest actually. How about growing ginger?
Oh, he's like exactly Sean, all crazy.
Sean, I've got loads of videos on growing ginger. So yeah, I've got quite a few videos on growing ginger. Just have a look at, if you type in how to grow ginger UK, you'll see all my videos coming up there.
Who said funny ginger?
I don't know who said funny ginger. I think it was Sean. Okay.
Who said make sure kids stay away from the
collar shock therapy?
Who said it?
Hey, it was Sean. Look there, Sean.
We made some.
I
think the banana bed's ready. Who said
is it?
Dad, okay. Dad, who said make sure kids stay away from rooster?
Alicia said that, so she's making sure that you're gonna stay safe.
I bent down to pick a leaf and decided to eat my hair. Have you done sweet photos here?
Let's have a look at this. I've cut off all the leaves and left the stem on my chili plant. Will they survive? Do you mean to overwinter them? The ones that you're overwintering, or do you mean probably the ones you're overwintering? If they've been kept frost-free, if they've been kept above about 7 or 8 degrees Celsius all winter, there's a chance that they'll come back to life. But you should see signs of life now. Can you stop pushing that, because you're shaking the camera every time you push it. So
the rooster's never going in the oven. Have
I done a sweet potato video? I've tried sweet potatoes a few times. I've got massive vines, and I've got no potatoes, so I just don't bother with them anymore.
Dad,
because for the amount of space that they take,
Dad, who said something like rooster would be better?
I know quite a few people have had good luck with sweet potatoes. Tony from Simplified Gardening's done some good videos on growing sweet potatoes, so that's the channel to check out. G Baba, what were you gonna say? I didn't tell me. G.
Who said? Yeah. Sound like the rooster would be better and off in the oven.
Where? Who said that? I haven't. Oh, David said that. is he the better at it than I am?
Lucky the new leader was alive.
I feel rude asking questions when your kids are shouting. See, Sean, sometimes, I mean, some people like it, some people don't like it. I mean, a few people have commented that they don't like it, they find it annoying. But I mean, it's my family garden.
Dad, who said why I need to shoot so the kids I will catch you later? You think he needs to go now?
Who's saying that? Where?
Simplify gardening.
Oh, Tony, see you later, mate. I'll see you again soon. And I'm glad to see you back making videos. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I mean, what I was saying is, it's my family garden, and it's about family. It's about family, and these kids are very much part of the channel. So for some people, they don't like it. Some people, they find it hilarious. But what can I do? I mean, we're not.
Dad,
just yeah.
Simply gardening.
Everyone's saying that to Tony. They're all saying bye to him.
Why?
Because he's going. He's put his kids to bed, just like you need to get to bed. Leave him. He's all right. He's all right. He's doing okay. So yeah, I mean, what I was saying was, we're not in a massive studio or anything like that. We're at home. If you're looking where I'm at, my studio is my bedroom. I'm sat on my bed while I'm videoing it. My computer's sat on my washing up basket, and that's the way we are. No, don't open shut, because you nearly threw my computer off, mate. So your kids will be, inshallah, one day. It's a reality of life when the kids. Absolutely, I mean, yeah. Ecocentric homestead. I'm glad you made it in, because you leave some cracking comments on the videos, and I've never had a chance to chat to you, actually. So it's nice that you made it in. G. Which one? Which one are you reading?
It's the reality of life with kids.
It's the reality of life with kids. Yeah.
Who said it?
Who said it? Ginger said it.
Why?
Why? Because you're making too much noise and making too much. You're taking over. Just clean that camera. So that's why you call it my family garden. No, you don't need to touch that. It's to do with family. Exactly. I mean, that's one of the things that we do. It's a lot of gardening is now done. You know, or a lot of garden channels or a lot of things in society are done without that family focus. And I mean, this is. I hardly, you know, during the week I'm either at work or I'm teaching, and the only time I get with these guys is at the weekend. So anytime that they want to come and help, they're more than welcome to. Even if they want to do that in the middle of a video. Pure Pondering, how are you doing? It's been a couple of weeks since I think I've seen you in. Hope you're keeping well. Do your kids do some of the filming? No, the kids don't do the filming. They've done a few videos and they've helped. I mean, they help with the gardening. But my wife is the one behind the camera. I mean, I can't take a picture to save my life. But my wife. My wife does all the filming.
They are fabulous.
I'm not.
Family is,
you know,
everything.
I know what
you must.
Okay, what are you saying?
Family.
Yeah, they're all calling it family garden.
No veg for February.
So your kids need their own channel. They're fabulous. Yeah. So they're saying.
Dad, it's have a tea there.
Yeah, grow and glow with Christy. Christy's saying you're fabulous.
Why?
Why? Because you're too funny. That's why. Alhamdulillah, he's all right. The thing, you know, the younger kids seem to pick things up a lot quicker than the older kids.
Why do you say I'm funny?
Because you are.
I'm not.
You are. You're very funny. They just sort of pick things up off the, not just from the parents, but they pick things up off their older brothers and sisters.
Who said
what? It's been cold here. Hope it's not too cold.
Okay.
Pure Pondering, it's been freezing here today. It's been really windy, really horrible, really freezing rain. Have I started any new DIY projects at the moment? There's a DIY project coming when I start building my man cave. I just need some time. Probably after the February school holidays, because you know when it's school holidays, I normally take time off from work during that time. So hopefully at that time, I might start. But I need to get some.
Dad, what did it say?
So my eldest is 11, then my daughter, she's 10, and then this one's 4.
Why did you say that?
So you have to get them trained up to also do the camera work, lighting, sound
effects. Why did she say that?
Because you can do a lot of work. That's Ben. That's not she anymore. I need to clear my garden full of motorcycle bits and pieces. Can hear it blowing around in the wind.
Who said that?
Ben, you take care, mate. Hope everything's safe.
Dad, who said that?
You're not getting any damage.
Dad, who said that?
Man like me, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I've been watching for the past year or so, and you've had some amazing tips. Keep it up. 24-year-old aspiring gardener. I've got quite a bit of a following from Birmingham, mashallah. I've got a lot of family in Walsall, so
who said that?
That's Pam.
Why do you say that?
See, Pam saying, I love your channel and it's great to see what the kids are up to.
Why?
Why? Because I think she finds you entertaining. Get your finger out your nose. You're on camera. You don't put your finger on your nose in camera. You do that in the bathroom in private. See, do you know when they say never work with children or animals? This is probably why, because it gets.
Never work with children or animals.
Almost a cardinal sin to say Walsall is Birmingham. For me, anything past Leicester is all Birmingham until you get to London. What? They're laughing at you because you don't put your bogies in front of people. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I'll get outside and we'll get that chicken roast. Haha, they're laughing at you because you're hilarious. He'll be teaching you how to grow your own. This one's already teaching me everything. Do you know? When they get to about 11, 12, that sort of age, you tell them one thing and they'll tell you 10 things back.
Dad, why are they all yelling at me?
I work with elderly. Okay. Why? Because
that one say ha 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 ha.
Because you're being cheeky. That's why. Because you're a cheeky monkey. But
why can they have A's?
Because it's you're making them laugh. Okay. But okay. So what are you looking forward to planting something soon? Gardening is dirty, parent is chaotic. Happy to see your garden. That doesn't look perfectly manicured with success and failure.
He said
blessing from
who said
Hawaiian
that?
gardener.
He said who said that?
Sean said who said that. So yeah, John.
Why did you
it's
say
our backyard. It's our family garden, and we're doing what we can.
Why did he say who said that? Who said that?
I'd love it to be perfectly manicured. I'd love it to have a lot less work.
What did he say? Who said that? Who said that?
Sean said that because you're funny.
Why?
Look, he even said you're funny. That's why. Alicia's saying I can't wait for the weather. I know that feeling. I'm looking forward to the day that we can be outside.
Dad, he called me a yawn.
He didn't call you a lol.
He did.
He didn't call you a lol.
He did.
He didn't. He's saying he's laughing. That's why he's written lol. He didn't call you a lol. He thinks you've insulted him now.
Dad, can you write an S?
So will you be doing any more cooking videos maybe with the kids? Yes.
Right, camera.
Yeah, Pam. There are some planned. What I had sort of like an idea in my head of this year. So 4 or 5 videos a month, at least one cooking video a month. But one of the problems with the cooking videos is they're not very popular. So then they don't get the traction.
Dad,
And
I want a different one.
once a cooking video doesn't once a video doesn't do well, it has a knock-on effect to the following videos. So that put me off a little bit. But there are some planned, and I will get some done. Yeah. So my parents let us have.
What did he say? I
won't do a cooking video with the kids. That'll just be mental.
Exactly. Dad, what did he say? I don't even know what yoy means exactly.
It means laugh out loud. Okay. So my parents let us have a mud patch in the garden when me and my brothers were little. See, these guys dug a hole at the bottom of the garden, so probably about 2.5 foot deep. For almost a year, I managed to avoid it. And this year when I was cleaning some wood chips or picking some wood chips out the pile, that was it. You know, I was coming back with a wheelbarrow, and my foot caught the side of that hole that they dug, and straight into the hole I went. And because it's really clay heavy soil, it was like a little pond at the bottom of it, so I was absolutely covered in mud. So these guys like laying their little booby traps for me. No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You can think again. No, you can get stop. Can you stop shaking the camera, please? It's great when parents don't mind the kids getting. Yeah. Okay, you got me there. Maybe have another channel for cooking called My Family Kitchen. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. My Family Kitchen. See, yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
My Family Kitchen is a bad idea.
Cattle Family Farms. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Idea. Bad idea. It's not a bad idea to have My Family Kitchen. It's not. It's a good idea.
Who said, oh no, good job.
What's up, Family Garden crew? Yeah, we're pretty good. I'm glad you came in to say hello.
Dad!
Do kids eat the vegetables, or do they have no choice? These two are fine. I mean, they're very good with vegetables.
Dad, said.
So Sean's asking, do your kids eat vegetables? Do you eat vegetables? You like sweet corn, don't you? You like carrots?
Yeah.
You like peas? Yeah, you do. Do you like broccoli? No? Do you like cabbage?
Yeah.
You like cabbage? Okay. So do we speak any other language? Yeah, we speak Bangla at home as well.
I speak Bangla.
You speak Bangla? Yeah, we do. Good job they didn't get all the way. They would have. They would. If I'd let them dig it, they would have dug all the way down there.
Dad, what is they on?
I will take.
Dad, what did you say? Oh no, good job they.
Whoever, yeah. See, man like me, so Fraz has already beat me to it.
Why?
G.
Why didn't you say? Oh no, good job they didn't get all the way down to Australia.
Because you and Baya and Afa dug that hole that I fell in. You remember that hole that you were digging at the bottom of the garden? Yeah. I filled it up now after I've fallen in it. And you know, for over a year, yeah, it was very wet and it was very muddy and it was very cold. For well over a year, I avoided it.
Sticky mud in it.
It was sticky mud, and then after I fell into it, that's it, right? I went and filled it up.
I fell. I walked in.
You walked in it. I'm sure they'll just dig it up again.
I
like tinned sweet corn and tropical fruits.
It's gone.
What's gone?
The
muddy pile's gone. See, when we were kids, that you know, frozen sweet corn was a popular one. I still like frozen sweet corn actually. Do you know a really simple recipe for? Do you know if you want? Do you want a little snack? There you go. Thank you. So if you want a little snack with sweet corn, right? Really simple to do. Just boil some sweet corn, a little bit of chili powder or a little bit of paprika sprinkled over the top, a little bit of lemon juice, and just stir that in. It's an awesome little snack that everyone can just tuck into.
Dad.
Yes, Baba.
Let me just talk to them.
Go on then. You can talk to them. Go on then.
Baba has a bullied hair. That one, yeah.
So that's the important announcement that he wanted to make, that his dad has a bald head. There you go. How's your mum? Is she back? No, she's not back yet. I'm gonna go out in. I've just sent off for my passport, so if I can convince her to come back anytime soon, as soon as my passport comes back, then I'm heading out to go and get her. So my little, see, Adam's saying my little girl sold a tray of microgreens and mixed salad leaves today.
He's laughing.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
He is laughing.
They're laughing at you.
He's laughing.
They're laughing at your at you taking my hat off.
And
so have you sewn the Wallace and Gromit?
That one likes your hair because it's bullied.
So the smiley face are like me because they're bald as well. Have you seen the Wallace and Gromit giant vegetable completion? No, we haven't seen that.
Dad?
Yeah.
We're going to a donkey place.
We're going to a donkey sanctuary tomorrow.
Yeah.
If it's not raining. If it's not raining, we'll go. Okay?
This morning we're not go.
So their school sponsored a donkey at the local donkey sanctuary. So they want to go out.
I obey the donkey.
You obey the donkey. So they want to go and see
this.
Yeah.
Can I just tell them something?
Go on and tell them something.
I obey the donkey.
You obey the donkey? What do you mean you obey the donkey?
Because donkeys obey 4 years old.
Oh, donkeys are 4 years old?
Donkeys obey 4 years old kids.
Oh, so the donkey's going to obey you. I understand. She's gone to Bangladesh, so she's gone.
Daddy's going to go back.
Yeah, we're going to go get Dadu back.
Bye-bye.
As a parent, as a kid, my parents hated me gardening. Sean, do you know that's where some of my passion comes from? I mean, my father passed away when I was 7. But before that, he used to have an allotment, and do you know, one of the things that he always, he never minded was us youngsters just running about on his allotment causing trouble. I mean, there's four of us close together. So there's in our family, there's 6 of us all together. So, but there's a big gap between my eldest brother and my eldest sister, and the rest of us. There's 4 of us close together, and we're all within 2 or 3 years of each other. But we were always on that plot. We were always picking gooseberries. We were always, picking cherries off the trees. We were just running around causing mayhem while the old men were doing their thing. We were just causing trouble in the middle. And we used to love that. And that's the thing that's, it's some of the things that sort of keep me going, because I want to give these guys that. You enjoy your banana bread.
It's too banana-y.
Is it too banana-y?
Dad, I'm never gonna break someone's computer.
Oh, it needed to cook a
I'm
little bit
never
more.
gonna break someone's computer. I thought I had too much banana.
No, he took it out of the oven too early.
Dad, not me. Dad.
Tell him.
Dad, I'm not gonna break someone's computer.
You're not gonna break some computers. I'm glad you're not gonna break my computer. That's good.
And then the bunny came and ate them all.
Okay, stop it. So that's how you're into gardening.
Just gonna laugh.
Maybe, and plus, stop it. Okay. But after my father passed away, we couldn't keep an allotment. My mum was a single mum with 4 young kids that she had to look after. So she couldn't. So the allotment was, we couldn't keep it. It went, but went for a small time. I mean, we lived in a terraced house at that time, but for a short amount of time, we got into this council house, and this council house had a front and back garden, and that was the first time we had a garden in our lives. I was probably about 13 or 14 at the time, and what we did with one side of the garden was my mum just said dig it up. So one night, me and my mum just dug it all over. We planted potatoes, and after we planted potatoes, my brother got me a gooseberry bush, and he got me a bay leaf plant, and he got me a packet of pak choy seeds, and that was it. That was the bug. My sister still got that bay leaf tree in her garden. So what's that? Do the maths. What's that? 40 minus 13. So how many years older? Yeah, it's 27 years ago.
No, 37.
No, it's not 37. I'm not 50.
40 minus 30.
13.
37.
So 27.
37.
27.
37.
I'm not. It's not 37 years ago. I think I didn't want other kids to think I was weird because I grew up in a community where everyone done the same things. See, we did it
Dad, what's 1
initially
times
because,
1?
We grew food in our backyard. It just helped with growing food. It was a good way of getting fresh vegetables. We couldn't buy it. Even now we can't afford to buy organic. If we went out to try and buy organic food and stuff, we can't afford to do it. We're on a tight budget as it is. So whatever we can grow in our garden really makes a massive difference. Okay, that's too much jumping, buddy. Yeah. Okay, you relax now for a little bit. My missus ain't convinced about me getting an allotment. I'm on the waiting list. Whether she likes it or not, it's a lovely site with loads of space for kids to play. Adam, have a look at this. Do you know, I did a video about a guy's allotment that I went to see last summer. It's titled something like a amazing permaculture garden or something like that. But what he's done, Nitin, he's normally in on the chat sometimes. But what he's done is he's transformed his allotment because they live in a flat and they haven't got much outside space. He's transformed his plot into like a home garden. So he's got a play area, he's got a fruit tree with a slide coming out of it, he's got hammocks hanging in it, he's got like a massive conservatory area that he's got all double glazing units, built a nice greenhouse. It's a greenhouse slash shed. He's got places to hang his hammocks. It's like an arty sort of structure. He's got structures that weave all over the place, like and plants can climb all over it. And it's not just like standard square frames, that sort of thing. Absolutely amazing. But do have a look at that permaculture garden that I did a video of last year. I wanted to get back, when it was later on in the season, so I could see what it was fully like when it was fully up. But I didn't get a chance. But check it out.
That sounds like a party place or something.
It is. It's a beautiful place. A really nice garden.
But was that the one where you wanted to big?
No, not when I went to Nitin's garden. We took that banana bread out there. It's not cooked in the middle. Okay.
I don't think we should have peeled
so any easy ways to remove block paving? Zaki, you're shaking the camera too much, buddy. No, you just gotta get in and start. Wait till your calf's a lot better though, or just build beds. Build the beds up. All you need is probably about 1.5 foot space. So get decking boards. Decking boards are really good. If you're on a tight budget, then just break down some pallets and build beds up. So make truss, what they call trugs that are 1.5 foot tall, and fill that and just build up. Yeah. So Jawad, yeah, I can't afford a canic. My grandma got into gardening as a little girl because she was interested in the flowers she used to pick to put on her mum's grave. See, oh, that's a nice. That's nice. That's very touching. That. And the garden.
I like to pick flowers, and I like to pick these little.
So Sean, Sean, what do you think of that plot? It's absolutely amazing what he's done to it.
Danger.
Right. What are you doing? So I watched that video. It was.
What are you doing?
I would, but the only one fair chairman takes his kids all the time. Fingers crossed I get a plot this year. Hopefully, Adam, you'll get it.
Talking to Ginger.
You're talking to Ginger. What are you saying to Ginger? You're talking to me now, mate.
What's the favorite?
What's your favorite vegetable?
What's your favorite vegetable?
What's your favorite vegetable? Ginger.
So there you go, Ginger. He's talking to you directly. What's your favorite vegetable? Definitely bill beds. I've done it on my grassy part of my garden. Even added solar lights everywhere to make it good. Look. Oh.
Oh, is that carrots?
Alicia's saying carrots. Are you happy with that?
He's saying I'm just saying.
Does that mean chili? Does that mean chili?
No.
He's saying I'm just saying.
Elias is saying carrots as well.
Oh.
Everyone's saying carrots. Sean, you have a good night, and we'll catch up again next weekend. Watch out for the video on chilies tomorrow.
Vegetable do you like?
Beetroot.
Ginger likes beetroot. Beetroot.
What other vegetables have it?
Right. Okay. You guys need to get.
I have to go.
Well, wait.
I have a good rest of your weekend, and everyone in the chat. Bye.
So we're way past 9 o'clock, which is normally when I cut it off. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there as well because we've got to get these guys to bed. So you should do a live 2 times a week.
Too crazy.
The thing is, I teach every day from 5 to 11, so my timetables are absolutely chocker.
What?
Dad,
right.
how about I do it
on that note, I'm going to call it a night there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Dad, can I just tell them something?
Go on quickly then. What do you want to tell them? Quickly, last thing to say.
Ginger, do you like beetroot?
Ginger, do you like beetroot? Okay, there you go. Okay, we're going to go.
Dad, what's his name?
Adam.
I'm going to tell which one.
Okay.
Which one?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We're done. Finished.